And we are live. Am I alive? Am I alive? Am I alive? Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in. I see you guys. Come on in, come on in, come on in. We got a good live show, live breakfast show that I'm doing this morning. I didn't get a chance to make a video yesterday, so I decided I'm going to do it this morning early because today is going to be a busy day for me, and I'm really not going to have time today to do a live cooking show. I don't know. I was contemplating if I was going to do it later on tonight, something, but probably not. So I wanted to get it out the way now, early, so I can have the rest of my days to do the things that I need to do today. But come on in, come on in, come on in, because it's time to cook a dish with Tish. To cook a dish with Tish. Come on in. Come on in, come on in. Come on in, guys. It's time to cook a dish with Tish. And we got some things that I want to talk about, too. And I'll get into that after I finish cooking my breakfast. So what I'm going to be making today is I have some fish that I seasoned last week. I seasoned this fish last week. And I'm gonna basically be calling this brunch instead of breakfast because what time is it? It's like going on 11 o'clock. So I guess you could still call it breakfast. Can you call it breakfast still? Yeah, I guess by the time I'm done cooking everything, it'll be about 11-ish. So I guess that could be like brunch time, right? What y'all think? Y'all let me know in the chat. But I got this is a white snapper. And I'm going to also make an omelet to go with it. So that's what I'm having for breakfast. I'm going to do the white snapper first. It's already seasoned. I seasoned it like about a week ago. I want to say about a week ago I seasoned it. And I did a video on YouTube with all of the different spices that I used on it. So if you guys want to know what it is that I used on the snapper, what video was that? Let me check it really quick, guys. Hold on, let me check. Y'all ready to cook a dish with Tish and get into this good old topic? Ooh, excuse me. So the video that okay, so the title of that video is Trying Parrotfish for the First Time / the YouTube Street. So in that video, I actually seasoned all of the different fish that I had bought that day. So you guys can go and check that video out to see exactly how I seasoned that fish. And I'm gonna go ahead and read you y'all's comments on my phone. So I see we got Day Renee. We got Luthel. Good morning here for the tea. Good morning, guys. I see you guys in the chat. Okay, so let me go ahead and get this fish made. Welcome, everybody in the chat. Welcome to the live. So what I'm first going to put in the pot is some olive oil for my fish. A little bit of olive oil. And I'm going to let that heat up. Let that heat up, and then I'll add my spices in there. Not spices, my peppers and my onions and stuff like that. How's everybody doing? How was everybody's day yesterday? Did everybody have a good Monday? I hope y'all did. I'm going to make me a cup of coffee, too. What kind do I have? What I want to make? I think I'm going to go ahead and make what's this, Nantucket? Yeah. So we're letting that do what it do. So while that's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get my Keurig set up to make my coffee, put my water inside of my Keurig for my coffee. Do you guys have any coffee or tea this morning yet? Did you have any coffee or tea this morning yet? I'm not really a coffee drinker, but so every once in a blue moon, I will have a cup of coffee. I'm more of a tea drinker than a coffee drinker. Every once in a while, I will have me a cup of coffee. When I say once in a while, I mean really like every once in a while. It's not something that I do often at all. But tea, I have to have a cup of tea like every day, especially in the wintertime. I'm gonna put a couple of onions in here. Couple of onions, some of these red peppers, and some green peppers. Put a few more onions. Let me get some minced garlic. So I want some minced garlic in here as well. Hold your horses. I'll be right back. Some minced garlic. Because I love me some garlic. I love it. I love it. I love me some garlic. Oh, ladies, what do you got? Ladies, just a fresh reminder about the raffle. I'm still doing the raffle. Those of you that want to participate in the raffle, you will win a trip to New York, spend the day with Tish, and also you will get your hair done by me. And a one-night stay at a hotel in New York City. That's right. So let me go ahead and get my eggs ready for my omelet. Let me try to see what's going on in these pots. So this is what the fish is looking like. Y'all can see that? Facebook, y'all see that? Gotta show what's going on in them pots, okay? When you're making a cooking video, we gotta see the food, okay? We do not want to watch a cooking video and you can't even see the pots, you can't see the plates, you can't see the food, you can't see nothing. We have to be able to see the food. Am I right or wrong? Amen? Amen and amen. All right, okay. I thought I was right. Drop some palm trees and bells in the chat if y'all like to look at cooking videos where you can actually see the food. In fact, let me let y'all do this. Drop a palm tree in the chat if you are a person that when you watch a cooking video, you want to see what's going on in the pots. Drop a bell in the chat if you're a person that when you're watching a cooking video, you don't care about what's going on in the pots. You want to look at the person. So the palm tree is for the food that you want to see in the pots, and the bell is for if you want to see the person. Go ahead and let me see what y'all got to say about that. All right. So we got our white snapper. Let me bring the camera down a little bit so y'all can see. So that's the white snapper. Facebook, here we go. So I got y'all on YouTube. You guys are on my laptop. I got y'all playing from my laptop. So we got that's right, we got 2 palm trees. Come on, Bang. Come on, haircut. Yes. Oh my God. Hey, Tanya. I see my cousin Tanya in the chat. Hey, Boom Boom. All right, so we're letting that cook some more on there. The next thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of salt and pepper to my eggs. Salt and pepper. So I'm just pan searing the fish. I'm pan searing it. I pretty much pan sear everything that I cook. For the most part, that is how I cook my food. I'm going to also put some whole oregano inside of my eggs. Okay? So yeah, we're going to call this brunch, y'all. This is brunch. Because who y'all know eat a snapper for breakfast? Me. That's who. Me. I eat a snapper for breakfast. So this is what it's looking like now. Say ooh. Ooh. Everybody say yum yum. Here you go, Facebook. Say yum yum. Eat 'em up. Say yum yum. Say yum yum. Eat 'em up. Say yum yum. Okay. So that's doing what it's going to. Now we're going to go ahead and get these eggs together. Let's give it a little stir. A little stir, stir, stir. A little stir. So y'all, I'm really loving my new haircut, but let me just tell y'all, it's not this week because I'm not ready to shampoo my hair yet. Probably next week I'm going to be putting some relaxer on this back because ain't nowhere in the world I could be walking around, okay, with this fly ass haircut, with this bangs and these nice slick sides and stuff like that, looking all nice and straight and sleek, and the back is looking rough and tough like Afro puffs. No, ma'am. No. So I will be relaxing the back soon. I'm a little hesitant. I'm not even going to lie. I'm a little hesitant about putting a relaxer in the back of my head because I haven't had a relaxer in so many years, and the thought of it really, really makes me cringe a little bit. But I keep convincing myself that Tisha is just the back. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm ready to grow out my haircut, that back, all I gotta do is not relax it for about a month or two and it'll be gone. Like I don't have to worry about growing out a whole head of hair in order for the relaxer to be out of my head. So that's what, I keep like reminding myself of, because outside of that, y'all, yeah, I preach against relaxers so much. And then for me to have to put one in the back of my head, like I said, it's like cringeworthy. So this is what the fish is looking like now. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Ain't that looking good? Ooh. All right, I'm going to let that cook in here for a little bit longer. I'm going to add in there, for a little moisture and a little more flavor, I have some liquid aminos that I'm going to add. Let's put a little bit more moisture in the pot and a little bit more flavor. But that should be done in a few more minutes, and then I'm going to go ahead and make my omelet. I'm going to make my omelet in the same pan. I was going to make it in this one, but this pan right here, food be sticking to this pan, and I ain't got time right now. I ain't got time. Oh, so my coffee. Let's go ahead and make the coffee. Let's get a cup. Gonna make my coffee in my L cup. L for Letitia. Yes, yes. Let's turn that on. Get that rolling. All right, so the fish is done. So our white snapper is done. This is the white snapper. Let's put that to the side and go ahead and let's get these burnt green peppers and onions out this pan. So I can make my omelet. Make my omelet. And I'm not washing the pan. I'm going to use the pan just like that because I can. How Cindy said, y'all? Because I can. And put a little vegan butter. I can't believe it's not butter, it's vegan. Yes, yes, yes. Go ahead and throw my onions, green peppers, and red peppers in there. Yes, yes, yes. Let them saute for a couple of seconds. Just for a couple of seconds, not long. Just until my onions get a little bit translucent and my green peppers and my red peppers soften up some. The coffee is brewing. Well, it's not brewing, but you know. There go the peppers and onions and stuff. All right. Let that cook some. What y'all saying in chat? Just taper the back. No, I don't want it to be that low, 78 BNB. I would taper it more, but I like that look. I'm not really crazy about the tapered look. I'm more so wanted to have that straight, sleek look. Yep. Hey, Latricia. Good morning. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my onions. So this is the way they look now. So just cook it till it looks like that. I'm going to take my onions and my peppers and put it in my eggs. Some people put their onions, their veggies for their omelet in their egg before they actually saute it. I don't like to eat, I like my onions to be kind of like cooked. Although I know that it's going to be cooked, it'll be cooked if I want to put it in there and then before I put it in the pan, it will be cooked. But it's something about the flavor of a cooked onion, like actually cooked on its own, that's different to me. I don't know, maybe it's just in my mind, but that's just the way I like to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and put my egg inside of this pan and let that do what it do. Let it do what it do. Let it do what it do. Let it do what it do. We're gonna let that cook and all that. And yeah. We're gonna be ready to eat in a second, y'all. Did y'all have breakfast? What y'all have for breakfast? Did y'all have breakfast or brunch or whatever? Yes, this morning? What did you guys have for breakfast? Let me go ahead and finish clean. Let's clean. Clean as I go. Clean as I go. So this is what the egg is looking like so far. Okay. This is what my egg is looking like so far, Facebook. Let that cook on one side. Let's see what y'all saying in the chat. And it's just chat. You can put a setting lotion or whatever that foam is on it and wrap it and sit it in the dryer. Yeah, I could do that, but it's still going to be kind of crunchy looking because my hair is natural. Yep. In fact, that's how the young lady did it when I got it cut. She definitely did it like that. She put some foam wrap on it, and she put the wrap strips around it, sat me under the dryer. But it still needed some heat to it to make it straight to look like this. It's never going to look like this if it doesn't have some type of heat on it or some chemicals. It's just not going to happen. I don't have that type of hair. I'm a 4C hair kind of girl, or 4B or whatever. So here go the omelet. So we're going to take it and flip it. Hold up, let me I want y'all to see it. Let me bring the camera down so y'all can see exactly how I'm doing this omelet. So here we go. Oh, Facebook, y'all can't see. Facebook can't see, y'all. Oh, gosh. We're going to take it and fold it in half like that. So that is the way the omelet is looking, y'all, like that. Okay? And let that cook. Everybody say yum, yum. Say yum, yum. Eat them up. Say, I haven't had an omelet in so freaking long, y'all. Like, I literally used to eat an omelet every single day. So let me tell y'all, I was living in Georgia at the time. I was living in Atlanta. And I was working at this hospital called Grady Hospital in Atlanta. And they had a cafeteria. And that's when I first got introduced to these delicious omelets. And every day when I would eat breakfast, I would get an omelet. So once I stopped working at Grady Hospital and I started making breakfast at home, I would literally make me an omelet every single morning for breakfast. Like, I was like obsessed with omelets probably for about a year, maybe more. Like, it was crazy. I think it was a couple of years. I can't remember exactly how many years it was, but I was like completely obsessed with omelets. So I just took it and flipped it over one more time. So this is what our omelet is looking like. That's what the omelet is looking like. I was completely obsessed with omelets. And that's probably why a couple of months ago when I went to the doctor and got my blood work, my cholesterol was looking like it was kind of high, whatever. So my doctor had put me on a strict diet for like 60 days that I had to adhere to. It wasn't high to the point where I needed medication, but she wanted me to basically change my diet so that it wouldn't get to that point. So once I changed my diet for the 60 days, and when I went back, my cholesterol numbers had dropped like 20 points. So I did really good in those 60 days. And since that was back in May. So since then, this is the first time I bought a dozen of eggs since then. And I really haven't been eating eggs like that. I think I ate an egg for the first time a couple of weeks ago or something like that. So I'm really, trying to do better. So I bought these eggs, this dozen of eggs on Sunday because I wanted to do that seafood oil that I did. And I figured, I might as well go ahead and eat them up while I have them in the fridge. Because I don't know the next time I'm going to buy some eggs after this time. All right. So this is all done. Wait, my coffee. This is all done. Get that all out of there. So this is the plate all done. Ooh, look at that Facebook. Y'all see that? How good does that look? How many people y'all know have breakfast like this? That look like steak and eggs, right, y'all? I know it look like steak and eggs. But, all right, Facebook, I'm going to go ahead and log off with you guys. I just wanted you guys to see the outcome of my breakfast. That's a flat omelet, too. That omelet is mad flat. I usually would put some cheese on my omelet, but I don't have any cheese, so this is what it's going to be today. But anyway, Facebook, later, guys. And you two hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta go to the restroom. Why isn't my coffee coming out? I'll be right back, guys, so we can get started with today's discussion and me eating this good old food. I'll be right back. Hold on. I'm back. I'm back, y'all. All right, so my coffee is done. Let me add my cream and sugar to it. Let's add some cream and some sugar to the coffee. How do you guys like your coffee? I have to have cream and sugar in my coffee. No black coffee for me. No black coffee for me. I need cream and I need sugar. Light and sweet. Light and sweet coffee for me. Yes. And I'm just going to do one sugar. That's it. Just one sugar. All right. So let's go ahead and get set up so you guys can see the food. And I'm going to sit down and eat. And we're going to get into this discussion about fathers being important. Because fathers are important, just like mothers are important, fathers are important too, right? Let me get my glasses because, all right. Okay. I am ready to eat. All right, so let me say my grace, and then I'm going to get it in. Thank you, Lord, for this food. Bless the hands that prepared it. May it be used for the nourishment of my mind and my body. In the name of Jesus, amen. Amen, amen, and amen. Let's give it a little taste. Let's taste this fish first. Here you go, y'all. A little piece of fish. Here y'all go. Ooh. Just this egg. The seasoning. It's the seasoning for me. So good. So I don't know if I'm gonna make a cooking video later tonight. So that's why I decided to do it this morning. The egg. Because today is going to be a busy day for me. So I said, you know what, let me get this video in this morning. Originally, the plan was for me to do a cooking video for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. On my days off, which is 3 days a week, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. But things don't always work out the way you plan them, right? So I get them out and do them as much as I can. Oh yeah. Hold on, guys. I need a bottle of water too. Let me put this in the freezer for a couple of minutes. Whew. Oh, this is good. So, the reason why I wanted to talk about the title in my video is because I was looking at Neek at Night. I don't know if you guys heard of Neek at Night. She's a blogger on YouTube. She got a YouTube channel too. She blog about different stories. She's not one of those bloggers that only do celebrity gossip. She do celebrity gossip, but she try to cover stories on like regular people too. She do a lot of viral video stories. For example, like if a video goes viral on TikTok, she'll cover that story. I know it was her channel that I had found out about the girl that went viral with the Got to Be glue. No, not Got to Be glue. The Gorilla Glue. That she had put the Gorilla Glue on her hair. It was on Neek at Night that I found out about that. I've been watching Neek at Night for as long as I've been frequenting YouTube, which has been about 3 years now. And I like Neek. I like her content. She's very thorough. And she's sort of a big YouTuber. She got like, I know, 100 and something thousand subscribers. This is all she does. And she also sells, she has a website where she sells her pajamas and stuff like that. She's a cool girl out of LA. Pretty girl. Really pretty. So anyway, this is not about her. I'm just giving y'all a little background on who Neek at Night is. So in case y'all want to go check her out. Whenever I cover a story or cover something that another content creator put out on their platform, I do like to give them the credit and give them the shout out. Because I'm going to play some of her video, not all of it, because I don't know if she's one of those people that'll give you a copyright strike or whatever, and I ain't got time for that. But I do want to play just a little snippet of it so y'all can get an idea of the story that I'm going to be talking about. But anyway, it was a viral TikTok video that it went viral a few days ago. Right now the video has like millions of views. And in the video, it was a video of a little girl who hadn't seen her father for about 10 years. In 10 years. Well, that's what the title was, that she hadn't seen her dad in 10 years, but that wasn't true once I dug more into the story. The mom had left him when the child was 2 weeks old. And she did a video showing that she pretended like she was going to take her daughter to a pajama party at a hotel. But in reality, hold on, y'all. But in reality, what was that? My arm got a little stuck there, real quick. What is going on? Wait. Y'all know I'm crazy. But in reality, she was taking her to see her dad that she hadn't, seen. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna pull up the video. Hold on, y'all. From Neek's page. Let's see how I do this. Share. I should have had this set up already, right? I know. Oh, I need to open up another window here first. Let's go ahead and get this set up for y'all. Excuse me. Week at night. Where you at, girl? Where you at? Let's see. So we got it. I got it pulled up.
Away from your daughter for 10 years.
Hold on.
Fine. So the mom was pretty much recording her.
Maybe what I could do is hold up.
And then I got a new phone, but from there, she.
You ain't seen a baby in 10 years. Why wasn't hear from him directly, and he can basically fill in the gaps from there and let us know what's really going on in this situation.
All right, so that is share the audio. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. I'm trying to get this together. All right.
And everything like that. And then you have the side of social media where they're looking at the situation and they're like, wait a minute. Years, why wasn't you in the baby's life? And shared, y'all worried about himself. So, all right, so hey, what's up? So your story has basically been going viral. A lot of people have been talking about this story. You have people on both sides of the coin. They watch the video, and some people think that it's amazing that you have re-entered into your daughter's life. They feel like, oh my God, that's wonderful that you guys have reunited. They see the joy in your daughter's face, and they see that the love that she has for you and everything like that. And then you have the side of social media where they're looking at the situation and they're like, wait a minute, gone out for 2 weeks, you ain't seen the baby in 10 years. Why wasn't you in the baby's life? There's no excuse for a father not to be in a child's life, etc., etc. So once I started to see comments and, things posted on the blogs and things like that, at that point, I wanted to basically reach out to you to get your side of the story so that you can basically fill in the gaps and let us in on how this whole situation happened, how you were away from your daughter for 10 years, how you, how did she know who you were if she hadn't seen you in 10 years? So just bring us from the beginning. So start from your baby is, I guess, you're with this girl, you guys have a baby, and then she's born, and then on the video it says 2 weeks later somebody left, she left somebody. So just fill us in from there.
So we was in a relationship, we lived together, moved her to Tennessee. My daughter was born out there for the birth. And like I said, 2 weeks later, she just up and gone. I was at work. So the last text I got was bring her some milk home. You feel me? So from there, I get home, everything gone. I don't know nothing. We didn't have no argument. We didn't. Everything was gone.
Okay. So you guys live together. There's no argument. There's no nothing. Everything is gone. You get home, you're looking around, you're like, okay, she's gone, she's not here. What is the first thought that you thought when that?
Let me pause this right here. When I watched this video and I heard him say that part, I was thinking to myself, she had the baby, and 2 weeks later, she's just up and gone. No argument, no nothing. Like, make that make sense. It doesn't make sense. Hold up, y'all. I thought I had stopped him from talking. I'm sorry. I thought I had paused it.
The advantage of having it. The phone's on her.
Everything is gone. You get home, you're looking around, you're like, okay, she's gone, she's not here. What is the first thought that you thought when that happened?
Well,
so as I was saying, like, that didn't make sense to me that she would just pack up and leave. In my mind, I'm thinking something had to happen, because nobody is just going to pack up and leave out the blue just like that, unless there was a fight, an argument, even if it wasn't that day. You know, even if the argument or fight didn't happen that day, maybe it was something that was leading up to that point where she felt like she had to leave. That's what I was thinking. Because who just jumps up and leave out the blue? He said there was no argument or anything. No, bro, there was no argument or anything that day. And then, you know, he said the last text that he got from her was, bring home some milk. Right? So when I heard him say that, my thoughts was, that was her trying to make him feel comfortable and at ease, like there's nothing going on. Like, you know, to not alarm him. All right? So that he can be at work with a clear mind and just be caught off guard when he get home, or whatever the case may be. So if that is what she was doing, then that definitely worked. So let's go ahead and finish listening to what he has to say.
When I first got to the crib, the door was like cracked open. You feel what I'm saying? But it wasn't, and her car wasn't there. So my first thing is like, if they leave the door open, or you know what I'm saying, somebody in here or whatnot. So the main thing is just taking caution of what's really going on. So, but when I went in and just really looked around, and like then I went upstairs, and all the stuff out the crib gone, covers going off the bed. You can tell it was a rush. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So from there, it's just like she just gone. You feel me? So I contacted the police, just to, because we had a mutual phone, as far as we was on the company plan. So she had the advantage of having it. The phone, I was on her line, so she cut my phone off, so I couldn't get in touch with her. She worked at T-Mobile, so we was on the family plan.
Okay, through her job type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so then my brother came back to my house, and I got my phone and called my mom, and then I got a new phone. But from there, she like she said on her thing, the police called her and contacted her that I had said that she had kidnapped them, which they told them is really up into civil courts now. So whoever has the child, XYZ.
Okay, so when you seen that she was gone, sorry. You
Okay,
reported
so-
it as a kidnapping. You felt like she kidnapped the baby?
Yeah, I mean,
So, I definitely felt like he was lying about something. Like he didn't tell the whole story. Not so much that he was lying. I shouldn't say that I thought he was lying, but I definitely thought that he wasn't telling the whole story. Like something was missing out of that story, because how does a woman up and leave the father of her child 2 weeks after giving birth, and then you don't see her again for 9 to 10 years? Like, make that make sense. And she cut off all contact and everything with you, blocked you. Further on in the video, I'm not going to play any more of Neek's video. I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of that, because I'm going to go ahead and play the audio of the baby mother, the daughter's mother, that when I did my research, because after listening and looking at this video right here, I started to think to myself, well, what is the mother side of the story? Because there's more to this story. Like, this just doesn't make sense. And so after I finished listening to it, I said, you know what, I'm gonna go on TikTok and find the mother's original video and see what the comments are saying and things like that. So I went and I found the original video, which I'm gonna play for you guys right now. I'm not going to be able to show it to you guys from, like, share the screen, because I don't have TikTok on my computer. I don't know how to do all that, showing TikTok videos from the computer. Listen, here for the tea, we're going to have to do a whole tutorial, okay? A whole big tutorial on how to do all that. I don't know if I have to have TikTok on the laptop or what, but I'm going to show you guys the original video from my phone that the mother put on TikTok, the video that went viral of her daughter actually meeting up with her father. And as I was doing that research, she also uploaded 2 other videos, basically giving her side of the story as to what happened. So this right here is the original TikTok video. Hold on, guys, hold on. Hold up, let me let me go back out and come back in.
My daughter thinks she's going to a sleepover, but I'm taking her to meet her dad for the first time in almost 10 years. I left when she was 2 weeks old. He flew in.
Go give him a hug. Who's that, Steve?
So that was the original video. And a lot of people in the comment section were like really dogging him for the fact that it didn't seem like he was as affectionate as he should have been. I don't know if y'all realized or noticed from the video, he was real nonchalant, you know, and some people thought it was like, you know, like cringe-worthy, like dude, go grab your daughter and pick her up and hug her and, things like that. And I could agree with that to an extent. I'm the type that I could see both sides of, situations. Maybe he didn't know how to react to his daughter when he first saw her. You know what I mean? Maybe he's not an affectionate, emotional person. Who knows? Maybe because of the amount of time that he hasn't been connected to her, he doesn't have those type of emotions or whatever. Who knows what was going on in his mind and in his head at that moment? And also, a lot of people was questioning the fact that, okay, if she hadn't seen her dad since she was 2 weeks old, how did she know that it was him? Well, if you go look at Meek's video, you'll learn that he did see her before this actual video, but it was like a year prior, and they would FaceTime each other. So that's how she knew who he was. And also, this is an old video. He explained that this is an old video. This is not even a recent video. This video that her mom posted on her TikTok is a video that was done last year around Christmas time. So, that's an old video. So, I think that was his first time seeing her in person after 10 years. So let's go ahead. I want to let you guys see the video that she made explaining her side of the story.
I'm crazy. I appreciate the love. I respect all the aunties. Hello, loved ones. Really quickly, we only have 3 minutes to get this done. This has turned crazy. I appreciate the love. I respect all the aunties and uncles of TikTok. Shout out to y'all, kinfolk forever. I never intended for this to bash my baby dad. I'm still not going to speak bad on my baby daddy, but I'm going to speak back tonight. I'm being bashed and drilled online. I'm being lied on online, so we're going to tell the truth. I'm going to answer some of the questions that I see in my comments. One, why did I leave? That man was dragging me. I moved to that state for him. I knew no one there, you guys. I had no family, I had no friends. I moved with my 2 children and I was pregnant. I ended up in a shelter pregnant with his child, post that as well. The man was dragging me, okay? After I had to get out of there, he tried to call the police on me for kidnapping. They told him he couldn't do that. We would have to go to family court. I left and went to Colorado, okay, with my family to have help with my kids. He told me if I ever sent her there, she wouldn't come back. I cannot control a man not having affection when he sees his kid. I cannot control a man being on his phone. I can't control a man sending his daughter up. I don't control those things. I don't control those things. The things that the media are bashing for is his lack thereof of affection, his lack thereof of interest. How can I be to blame for that? All I did was my part. What was left a man who said he was ready to be a father, be a father. Y'all can judge me, say what you want, but here's my truth. After this, I'm saying nothing. Y'all can believe what y'all want, makes me no difference. But because the man is slandering me, here you go. He said that he tried to take me to court. I didn't show up.
Oh.
I would like to go to court. That would help our situation. That's his child like it's my child. I have no problem with the man seeing his child. The man has not paid me child support. I have not put him on child support because when I was there, he was struggling. So because my first baby dad has life in prison and resorted to a negative life to survive, I didn't want to put my next baby daddy through that to where he's not surviving because they garnishing him. So he resorts to selling drugs or something. So I took the L and said, you're going to do this alone until he's ready. Okay? That took 10 years. And I opened the door with no problem. He came in my town to visit my kid with no problem, y'all. No problem. He came a second time with no problem, y'all. I've done nothing but support. I've done nothing but be there. I've done nothing. I've sent pictures. I've done everything. You guys, this is not my fault, okay? I'm darned if I do. I'm darned if I don't. If I keep her away from him, you keep your child. If I let her in her life, you wrong, he toxic. Like, it's a double-edged sword. But the man is lying on me.
Then she put up, like, some receipts of I guess text messages between them. Let me see if I can read it. See if I can read it to y'all, what the text message says. Oh, it's not a text message. This is her caption on the video. It says, 9 years ago, I had my first daughter, and I was nowhere in a position to even take care of her. I let my pride and anger blind me from what's important. I didn't grow up with my father, and I know how that felt, and I never wanted you to feel hurt. I promise to be there for you for life. I'm nowhere near perfect, nowhere near, oh shit. Damn. So when I touched the screen just now, I touched something on my screen and it made the video go back to the beginning. And for some reason on my phone, I cannot fast forward video. So anyway, that was a message that the daughter's father had wrote on his social media. It wasn't from her. But this is going to be the second video, excuse me. She made 2 videos in retaliation to him bashing her online. I'm guessing that she saw what he wrote about her on his social media platform, and she probably saw the video that he did, the interview with Meek at Night as well. So this is the second one that she did. On this one, she have a lot of like text messages, like text message receipts going back and forth between him and her.
In February, after he stood her up, whether there was a snowstorm or not, he never even told her he wasn't coming. I had to notice that I hadn't heard from her. I called him and said, when were you going to tell her you weren't coming? He said, something came up, I'll come at the time. I said, well, she's hurt. He said, she could have told me that. I said, well, she told me she's comfortable with me. He said, she got to grow up at some point. I heard him out. He hung up on me. After that, I broke communication because he was setting her up. He had her packing an outfit for a day that would never come. My kid was devastated to the point I had to put her in therapy, okay? At that point, he started texting a device he knew I had took to make it look like I'm taking it for no reason. No, I'm taking it because you don't have to deal with her emotional distress, okay? I do, all right? Then he's going around. After he was texting me crazy, he's texting my phone knowing I can't receive it, messages that he know ain't the truth so he can post online to look like I blocked him for whatever he texted me about. No, bro, I ain't never asked that man to do for my other kids. How he gonna do for my other kids? He wasn't even doing for his, bro. Make it make sense.
So these are messages that, so that's his social media that she's showing, and the things that he's saying about her on social media. That's the message that the caption that he has on his social media page. And now she's showing like text messages between the 2 of them. I'm trying to look and see what's going on here as it's going. These are pictures that she sent to him of the baby. That was in 2007. These are 2017 pictures that she sent to him. More messages that's going between the 2 of them. More messages. So if y'all want to see this for yourselves and actually read the TikTok that she, hold up, let me look for it for y'all. I'm going to tell you guys what her TikTok name is so that you guys can see it for yourself.
My daughter thinks she's going to.
So her name on TikTok is Big Green Ski. This is her TikTok. Big Green Ski. Okay, that's her TikTok. And that video of the little girl seeing her father for the first time after 10 years, right now it has 14.7 million views. 14.7 million views. I'm going to read some of the comments in the comment section to let you guys hear some of the things that people had to say. If he don't hug that little girl and pick her up like a baby, Dad was not given the energy she needed. This just proves kids need both parents. His reaction didn't pass the vibe check. I'm surprised she has that much emotion for someone she doesn't know. But that just goes to show, like my title says, fathers are important. Fathers are important not only for little girls, but for little boys too. Fathers are important. Fathers can affect the way that your life is in the future. Their presence or their absence can shape and mold the way that your life is in the future. I think we all know that in the chat. I don't have to go into too many details about that. But fathers are so, did y'all see how this little girl broke down? Let me let y'all see this again. This little girl broke down in this video. She broke down when she saw her dad. Like a baby.
My daughter thinks she's going to a sleepover, but I'm taking her to meet her dad for the first time in almost 10 years. I left when she was 2 weeks old. He flew in.
Look at her. That's a little girl that wants her daddy in her life. She aches for him. She aches for this man. What do you guys think about his greeting to her? Do y'all think that he was wrong? He should have showed a little more emotion? She looks just like him, look.
My daughter thinks she's going to a sleepover.
She aches for that man. Like, let me see what y'all saying in the comment section. And then I want to show you guys another, there was another a video that went viral. It was another video that went viral of a older girl child that was reunited with her dad after 20-something years. Let's see what y'all saying in the chat. Let's see. You had some fruit for breakfast, protein shake, not crunchy. Good morning, Tamika. Yes, Money Boy Troy. Good morning, Maureen. Yeah, that was a big piece of fish. Cream and sugar. You don't drink coffee, Latricia? Yes, I love Meek too. I'm here for the tea. Like, she actually was one of the first bloggers that I started looking at when I started looking at blogs. It was Meek at Night, Tasha K, Armand Wiggins. Yeah, those were my top 3 that I used to look at all the time. I haven't been looking at them lately because since I've been in the slow sector, looking at all the videos from the slow sector, I don't get their notifications anymore. The suggestions doesn't come to my notifications anymore. But yes, this is definitely a New York accent. Yep, he did something. He lied about something. Hey, S. Pryor, you like Meek at Night too? He here for the tea said he looked like he was lying, and Neek didn't look convinced. She didn't, and I did make a comment in the comment section. I was like, we need to hear the other side of the story, Neek. So she's probably going to do a follow-up with the baby mother's side of the story. Yes, it's very weird. Hey, Invisible Chef T. Tamika says she's overreacting. She hasn't seen him since when? 2 weeks old. The baby was, well, she saw him on the FaceTime when she was 9 years old, but prior to that, she hadn't seen him. And, you know, she left when the baby was 2 weeks old. Looks like they wanted to be TikTok famous. Wait, you know, I ain't even gonna lie, Tamika, listen. when I just rewatched it just now with you guys, to me it looked like the little girl knew that her father was going to be on the other side of that door, and she was acting with her mom. To me, I don't know. I mean, allegedly, that's how it looked just now when I was looking again. That the little girl knew that her dad was going to be on the other side of that door. I don't know. The anticipation and the way she was looking, to me, I didn't see in front of her face, but it was something about her movement. I don't know. It was just something. And she got a lot of followers and views on TikTok, so they already got the TikTok acting thing down pat. So I don't know, but anyway, I thought TikTok was just quick little funny videos. I didn't know it was drama. Yes, there's a lot on TikTok here. Why do we even know her story? Let's do a DNA test, period. Right here for the tea. Wow, social media is destroying our families. Tamika says, oh my God, stop it. People putting too much of their personal business out there for the world to see. What happens to keeping things private? Yes, Espraya. She seems childish. She wants some type of attention from or him, whichever comes first. People do too much. Yes, they do. People do be doing a lot. They do. They definitely be doing a lot. That should have been a private, personal, special moment. Not for. And you know what? And he did say that on Nick's channel when he did the interview. He was like he couldn't understand why she put that video on TikTok, because that video was made last year in December, and the video just got posted on her TikTok like 6 days ago. So, yes, it looks forced. That's, as I'm looking at it again, this is what I'm getting to. You guys are feeling the same way I'm feeling. People need to stop putting their young kids on social media. This mess will follow them the rest of their life. Mental illness is on the rise, and this is why. Yep, the mother laughing like it's a comedy club, weird humor. The slow sector, yes. The slow sector. Boy, stop capping. Did you name it the slow sector? Somebody named this the slow sector. Whoever did that, he was right. Even though I'm not slow, but this is the slow sector. So, I use, hey Omar, that's my boo in the chat, y'all. That's my boo in the chat. That's my boo in the chat. Okay. I used to like Armand too, but I had to stop watching him. His energy towards black women would rub me the wrong way. Yeah, I follow all of them. The slow sector, no acting. You didn't think it was acting, Omar? I thought I think the tears were real from the little girl, but I feel like the little girl kind of knew that her dad was going to be on the other side of that door. That's just my personal opinion. I think that she knew, or the mom kind of prepped her or coached her or something like that. That's just my opinion. The mama tripping 6 days ago. Yes. Oh, here for the tea. You named it the slow sector. But listen, guys, I'm going to show y'all this one last video that when I went on TikTok and I was doing my research on this story, I came across another story of another young lady who was reunited with her father after 22 years. So what happened in that story was the father was sentenced to life in prison, and the judge let him go after 22 years. I don't know the backstory as to why he was let go after 22 years. I'm going to say that it's safe to assume that whatever he went to prison for, they found out that he wasn't guilty of whatever it was that he was convicted of. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play that video for you guys. This video right here, it really, really touched my heart. more so than the story I just told y'all about for some reason. I don't know. This one, it seemed a little more genuine to me. But you guys can be the judge of that when I show you the video. I can't wait to hear for the T show me how to do these little, show me how to do the, show the TikTok videos and stuff like that on my computer screen. But I'm gonna go ahead and play that for y'all real quick, and then I'm gonna give the rest of my commentary and opinion on it. But y'all make sure y'all give Omar a big shout out in the chat. Everybody say, hey, Omar. All right, where's that video at with the girl? Okay, here it goes.
Somebody hands cold, nobody got word on it. That's what God coming over. Surprise! Surprise, baby! 22 years!
She was aching for her daddy. It's the music for me. He don't even know. He's speechless. All he can do is hold his baby. She's snotting and everything, y'all. She was snotting and everything. Like, he didn't know what to do. He just had to, oh my God, like, fathers are important. Fathers are so, so important. What's that on my lip? Why didn't you tell me I had something on my lip? Fathers are important. My coffee cold now. Well, maybe I'll put some ice in it and it'll be iced coffee. But let me get back to the topic. Hold on. Okay, let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Okay, so let's see. Hey, Angel Love. I'm here for the T says that mama want attention. Yes, they had how to my boo in the chat. That's my boo in the chat. That's my. Okay, why do daddies be doing that? I get so mad. Why you be doing what here for the T? Hey, Bella B. Right, someone turned into a whole soap opera scene. I was like, the music, it was the music for me. Like, when I watched that earlier this morning, I had a couple of tears come down my eyes. Like the way that don't get me wrong, the little girl was definitely happy to see her dad. I don't doubt that. I don't dispute that. I don't doubt that there's a pain and a feeling in the little girl to where something is missing and she's longing for that love and affection from her father. I definitely believe that is the case. However, I just believe that mother told her that her dad was on the other side of that door. I just don't think that she really told her that they was, going to she told her to pretend like, she didn't know that they was going to a pajama party or whatever. That's what I think. But I definitely feel like I definitely feel like the emotions that she displayed and the tears that was coming from her eyes were real. And I definitely think that she longs for that love and attention and affection from her dad. I believe that with my whole entire heart. Now, the second young lady, that really moved me more because, and if y'all paid attention to the beginning, I don't know if y'all seen in the beginning of the video or if that part of the video, if I displayed that across the screen what am I trying to say? I don't know if I displayed this in the video where she, when they were taking the blindfold off of her, she was like, I know that's my mother's cold hands. Mama, that's my mother's cold hands. Whose cold hands is that? Like, she like, what y'all doing? She got her eyes closed, she got the blindfold. I'm like, come on, what y'all doing? Who called? Somebody's hands is cold. Y'all get these cold hands off of me. She was like, really, like, I believed her. And then when she opened her eyes and saw that it was her daddy, not her father, but her daddy, like, even when you're a grown woman, your father is your daddy. For girls, for female children, that is. Your father, you're always going to be daddy's girl. Like, that's her daddy. And so what I saw from both of these young ladies when they laid eyes on their father and the way that they broke down, it was like they went back to that little child, that toddler that was just cradled or held by their daddy. Not the 10-year-old, because she didn't get that experience. But specifically for the older young lady in this video, she definitely went right back into that. I don't know how old the girl is. I would say she's probably in her, she looked like she might be in her mid to like late 20s, maybe. Like, I would say she looked like she about 25, 27, between 25 and 27. So she probably didn't see her dad since she was about 2 or 3. And to know that your dad was supposed to do life in prison. He was supposed to do life in prison. She thought that she would never see her dad again in the world, like on the outside world. And so to see him again after 22 years. Now I wonder if she, because sometimes, social media, they could make things sound, they could juice it up so much. Now I'm wondering, like, did she ever go to see him within the time frame that he was locked up, or was it the whole 22 years straight? I just wonder. I don't know. We would have to know the backstory. But like I said, social media can really juice things up and make it seem like it's more than it is, so that things like this can happen. And when I say things like this, people like me sitting on the other side of their camera in their kitchen talking about it. And people like you guys sitting here watching me and talking about it in the chat and drawing your own conclusions and assumptions and stuff like that, right? Hold on, I'm going to get my water out the freezer, y'all. Hold your horses, I'll be right back. So, we don't know, the backstory, but the gist of this part of the video, the whole purpose of this part of the video is just to highlight fathers. Mm-hmm. Mm. That was only in the freezer for about, I want to say, how long has it been in here, y'all? Because I put it in here since I've been on this live with y'all. About 10, 15 minutes. Oh my God, it's so cold. Ooh. Ooh, excuse me. So good. So cold. Okay, so let me see what y'all. So yeah, I just wanted to highlight fathers and, just talk about the importance of a father being in their child's life, whether it be a girl child or a boy child. But in this case, we're talking about females, girl children. It's important because it's going to shape and mold the way that, as an adult woman, how you choose men, how you react to men, just different things. And then it depends on the man too, because let me say this. How can I say this? Although fathers are important, there are some men that just doesn't qualify as being a good father or a good father figure or whatever the case may be. So, in my opinion, they're not all created equal, although they still are important. And I say that they're not all created equal because there are some men who father children and sometimes they could not be the right role model for their children. There may be some things that they may instill in their children that isn't so good. But we're going to highlight the fathers who are good role models, great role models, the ones that teach their kids things that's important for life, the ones that pour into their children and give them all the tools that they need to maneuver and navigate through life. I have, for instance, I have a girlfriend who, this isn't about a father, this is about her mother, but I have a girlfriend her mom died when she was 19 years old. But she said that by the time she was 12, her mom had given her all the tools that she needed for life. So when her mom died when she was 19 years old, although she was very sad and hurt and devastated for losing her mother, everything that she needed to navigate through this thing that we called life was already given to her by the time she was 12. So when I say that all fathers aren't created equal, that's what I mean, because you could have some men that is in your life, but they're not giving you everything that you need in order to, maneuver through life and have, make the best choices about different things in your life. You know what I'm saying? Not just the way that you choose men, but just the way that you are as a person, as a woman, as a man, or whatever the case may be. So again, fathers are important. Great fathers are important. Good fathers are important. Fathers in general are important. And you know what? I don't mean to downplay fathers that may not be the best or the greatest fathers, because there are some men that maybe they may not instill the best things in their children for them to navigate through this thing that we call life. But it could be some things that just from their presence alone that the children learned from them. So you know what? I'll go ahead and give them their props too, the ones that isn't really doing a whole bunch of teaching and preaching and just like showing, the kids what they need to get through this life. I'm just going to leave it at fathers are important. fathers are important, period. Because it could be some things that a father didn't do in a child's life that will help the child to learn and know, you know what, I'm going to do the total opposite of what my dad didn't do. And that's going to make me a great parent, mother or father. Right? So let's see what y'all saying in the chat. Let me see. Let's see. Someone turned into a whole soap. Okay, I read that already. Yes, extremely important, that's Brian. Yes, we do need them for sure, even at my old age. Mine will be 75 this month. That's such a blessing, Maureen. That is such a blessing to still have any parent around at that age, whether it's the mother or father. Oh, okay, that's probably because I get so mad when dudes just disappear for no reason except selfish. Yeah, some of them is good for doing that. Just go live with some other female and go live with some other female, and take care of her kids. Okay, I see why she was crying like that then. I think life in prison doesn't always actually mean life. I think it starts at 20 years and up. So depending on how old you are when you go in, you could possibly still get out at a decent age. I didn't know that. I thought that once you have life, you just have life, if I'm not mistaken. I thought that's just what it is. The only time that will be different is if they give you, let's say the judge sentenced you 15 years to life. After 15 years, then you can go up for parole, and they could either, grant you parole or deny you parole. But you'll still be on parole for life, granted that you do things right or wrong or whatever the case may be. Because I know somebody that had 18 years to life, in prison. And when he came home, he was on parole for 5 years, and he did everything that he needed to do during his parole time, and he was able to get off from parole. So, okay, let's see. Yes, I totally understand. My dad had a whole other family. He loved me, but got married before he found out about me. My mom was 17 when I was born. I envy my siblings that my dad, had in it. Wow. And Della B, that could happen too. Like, it's really unfortunate that situations like that occur. And it's unfortunate for the outside child because although their dad could really love them, they'll never ever feel like they're included in that family because they didn't have the same thing as those kids. They'll never feel included. I think that the only way a child can feel included in that situation is if they were raised in a house with those children from like really, really young, and everybody was just raised up together as siblings and they created that bond from young. But if you try to do that, at a later age in life and stuff like that, it's going to be really hard for that child to not feel some type of envy or jealousy towards their siblings, and some type of resentment towards the father. Good role model or bad, is there such a thing? It depends on how the child receives it. Having bad role models doesn't make the children turn out bad. That's true to me. That's why I had to recant that statement. I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't say that. As Priya says, Della B says, he was there financially and he came to visit every now and then, but that's not the same. Fathers are so important. My dad has been there for me my entire life, the best dad ever. My dad passed away August 2021. I'm sorry to hear about your loss, Invisible Chef T. I saw my dad take his last breath. Miss him so much. It has really affected me. I am so, so sorry for your loss, Invisible Chef T. Also, his wife never wanted me around. And that, when the wife doesn't embrace the outside child, that makes it even worse. Like, what kind of person, what kind of woman are you if you don't embrace your husband's kid? I mean, your husband's kid should be like your kid. Like, you should have that same type of empathy and just the same feelings as you would for your biological child, for your husband's kid. Because once you take this man on as your husband, you take on things that belong to him too. And you're supposed to love those things that he loves, or those people that he loves, especially his children. You're supposed to love his children the way that you love him. I think that just goes without saying. Some people just don't have a heart. Some people just, I don't understand that. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Let me just say this. So, I wanted to piggyback off of what Invisible Chef T said about her dad passing away and how it affected her. So, my dad wasn't in my life growing up, right? I didn't meet my dad until I was about, I want to say I was 11 or 12, right? And prior to that, I hadn't seen my dad since I was about like 5. Yeah, he was in prison. And I have such a vivid memory of this day when my mom woke me up one morning. I know I was about 5 years old because the apartment that we was living in, I was about that age at that time. So I was about 4 or 5 when my mom woke me up one morning and she was like, "We're gonna go see your dad." And we went to see him in prison. So the next time I saw him after that, I was about 11 or 12. And my dad lived in Pennsylvania, in Chester, Pennsylvania. That's where I was born. I was born in Chester, Pennsylvania. So that's where my dad was living at the time. But he's actually from Chester, South Carolina. Go figure. My family, my grandmother moved her family from Chester, South Carolina to Chester, Pennsylvania. But anyway, they moved to Chester, Pennsylvania. That's where I was born. And that's it. I was just born there. I don't know anything about Chester. From birth, after my dad went to prison, my mother moved back to New York. So that's why I'm from New York, but I was just born in Pennsylvania. Anyway, so the next time I saw my dad, I was about 11 or 12. And I got to see him because I was looking for him. I wanted my dad in my life so bad as a kid. Like, I remember being in elementary school, and in elementary school back in the days, I don't know if they still do this now, but when I was younger in elementary school, we had to write something called a heading. And on our heading, we had to write our name, the date, what else we had to write? Name, date, subject, and something else at the top of the page, but it was called a heading. And I would always put for my name, my last name on my paper, on my heading, Letitia Kirkpatrick. But my last name is actually Campbell. My dad's last name is Kirkpatrick. Well, was Kirkpatrick because he's not here anymore. And I would do that because that's how bad I wanted my dad in my life. Ooh, excuse me. So I would write his name on the paper. And so I had an aunt that lived in the neighborhood that I grew up in, Brooklyn, in Brownsville. She grew up in these projects. Not grew up. She lived in these projects called Van Dyke. She was actually my great aunt. She was my grandmother's sister. And I would go to Van Dyke to visit her and her husband every so often because I had a best friend that lived in Van Dyke projects. So whenever I would visit with my best friend, I would go and see my great aunt and uncle. And one day when I was visiting with them, she says to me, she was like, I know your father's people. And I was like, really? And so she was like, if you want me to get in touch with him, I can. And so I was about 12 at this time, 11 to 12, something like that. And so I was like, yeah, I would love that. But let me just tell, before this happened, y'all remember those little feathery things that used to fly around in the sky, and you would grab it and make a wish and then blow it into the sky, into the air or whatever, and whatever wish that you had made you thought the wish was going to come true or whatever. The wish was supposed to come true. So anyway, before I went to my great aunt and uncle's house, I had one of those little wish thingies, and I made a wish in it, and I was like, I wish I could find my dad. And I blew it into the sky, and the next time I went to visit my great aunt and uncle, that's when my great aunt Annie was like, yeah, I know your dad's people. I can get in touch with him if you want me to get in touch with him or whatever. So I was like, yeah, I would love that. So the next time I went to her house, and I didn't communicate with them by the phone. She had a phone. I could have called her to get this information, but my mom at the time, we didn't have a phone in the house, so I would have to use the pay phone outside. Anyway, I went to the house. When I went back to the house, she said, my aunt said, I got a phone number for one of your aunts. She lived in Chester, Pennsylvania. So I was like, okay. So she gave me my aunt's number. She said, this is your Aunt Rhonda. And she said that you can call her collect if you want to. Remember we used to make the collect calls on the pay phones, y'all? I'm telling my age for real right now. Y'all already know my age, but I'm really telling it with all these different things that we used to do back in the days. So anyway, I got the phone number and went to the payphone. I couldn't wait to go to the payphone so I could call my Aunt Rhonda. So I made the phone call, and the operator, came on and everything. And my aunt was like, she answered. Her voice, her accent was like real country to me because, I'm up in New York, and anything south of us is country to us. So, she's right there in Pennsylvania, like one state or two states over. But to me, that was country. So she answered when she was like, hello. So, the operator said, I have a collect call from Letitia. And so she was like, oh, yes, I'll accept. Right. So she accepted the collect call. So I get on the phone with her, and I was like, hi. And she was like, hey, Letitia, how you doing? I was like, hi. And she was like, oh, my God, it's so good to hear from you. How are you? Just going on and on. And so I don't remember all the details of the conversation. All I know is that after that conversation, she was like, she said, your dad is not here right now, but I'm going to let him know that you called. And I want to make some arrangements so we can come and get you, talk to your mom about it, see if she'll let you come to Pennsylvania, blah, blah, blah. So the next time I called her, we didn't make the arrangements. I still hadn't talked to my dad because he lived with a family member. He wasn't on his feet. He was on drugs, and he just wasn't, in the best position in his life or whatever. So, and he was living, with not with a family member. He was living with a woman, some woman that he was dating. So, a couple of weeks later, my aunt and my dad and his girlfriend and her husband, my aunt's husband, they came to New York to pick me up. So that was my first time meeting my dad. And they came, and I'm not a person that really shows like happiness and affection like that. And now that I'm thinking about it, I've pretty much been like this my whole life. Even though like on the inside, I could be feeling the things that I'm not showing. It depends on the circumstances. I show affection. Let me not say I don't show affection. I don't think I know how to show like excitement. You know what I mean? And I've been like that like my entire life. Like I'm not that person that's like, I know some people like the girls in the videos that saw their dad for the first time, how they broke down crying and in tears. Ah! No, that's not me. And I'm not a person that's going to be like all like, jumping up in somebody's arms. That's not me either. I got to be drinking or, a little tipsy or something like that to be acting like that. But they say, like they say, the truth comes out when you're drinking. So, anyway, he came or whatever, and after that, I was connected to my family ever since. But I never gained or grew that connection with my dad. It just never happened. It never, ever happened. And I believe that it never happened because he was on drugs my entire life. Even from before I met him again at the age 12 or whatever it was, and beyond, you know what I mean? Up until the day that he died. So the reason why I was piggybacking off of what Invisible Chef T said about her dad and how, she missed her dad so much or whatever, after he passed away. When my dad died, I was in my, how old was I? I can't even remember the year my dad died. Let me tell you guys how I always remember the year that my dad died. One of my friends, my girl from Keena, she came to visit me in Charlotte, North Carolina, the same week that she was visiting me is when my dad died. So I always have to hit her up, and I know this sounds terrible, and ask her, when was it that she came to my house to visit? And that's how I remember the year that he died. But anyway, and that was about, I want to say, maybe 8 or 9 years ago. So I think I was like, it might have been over 10 years ago. So I think I was like in my late 30s. I think I was like 38 or 39 or something like that when my dad died. So I think it was more, maybe, I don't know. I have to call Keena and ask her again. But when he died, I didn't feel any pain. I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel those feelings that a child would feel for a parent after they died. The only thing that I did feel was a lot of regret. I felt a lot of regret on my part. And I felt a lot of regret because I remember there being times that I would call him and I would say, I would tell him that I was going to come to Chester, because where he lived in Chester, because he had at some point he moved back to South Carolina. He was living in Chester, South Carolina, when I was living in Charlotte. And Chester, South Carolina is about 45 minutes away from Charlotte. So I would call him sometimes, through the week or whatever. Every once in a while I would call him, because it was something in me that wanted to create some type of bond with him. But it was hard. It was hard to create a bond with somebody that didn't. It was hard for me to create a bond with someone that didn't try to create it with me. So I would call him and talk to him on the phone, and these times that I would speak to him, he would be actually sober. He would be in the house chilling, sober, whatever. And I would call him and I would say, I'm going to come get you next weekend so that you can spend the weekend up here in Charlotte with me or whatever. And I never did it. Like, I remember placing that call to him and telling him that I was going to come and pick him up, like, at least 2 or 3 times. And I never followed through. So when he died, that's what made me feel sad. Like, I never had a bond with him. I never kept my word. Yeah. Anyway. But although I didn't create a bond with him, I did create a bond with his family, like my cousins and my aunts and stuff like that on my dad's side. Throughout the years, from the time that I was reconnected with them at the age of like 11 to 12 or whenever it was, I'm so close with my family on his side. Like, when I moved to Charlotte, I think that was the best thing that I could have done. I lived in Charlotte for 10 years, and I believe that was the best move that I could have ever made for that particular reason, because prior to that, I knew my family, but I didn't know them. And living in Charlotte gave me a chance to really, really bond with my family. Like, it's almost like the way that the compassion and the affection that I have for them, it's like I grew up with them. And, when I chose to leave Charlotte, or just leave the South in general and come back to New York, I feel like when I moved there, my purpose for moving there and living there for those 10 years was so that I could build that bond with my family. I miss them so much. That's why I go to Charlotte. Like, before the pandemic, I was going to Charlotte to visit maybe like 2 times a year. That's where my son is right now. But I'm trying to, not make this video be an emotional video. I don't know if y'all could tell that I'm just like really trying to hold back some stuff. Anyway, fathers are important. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. I gotta get off this live, y'all, because I got a busy day, and I'm really like on here much longer than I was expecting to be on here. Let me see. yeah, fathers are important, and I'm happy that I was able to create that bond with my family. And again, it does make me sad that I never created that bond with my dad. It does make me sad. I know that my dad really, really wanted to not be on drugs and alcohol because he tried so many times to put himself into like a program and stuff like that, and it just didn't work. It didn't work because being on drugs and alcohol, that's a sickness. And people think that, people that don't, that's not on drugs and alcohol really bad or whatever. Yeah, I know I joke around and say I'm an alcoholic and stuff like that, but I don't have to drink. I'm talking about stone cold alcoholics that wake up drinking, that go to sleep drinking, that drink through the day, that go to work drunk, that like, I'm talking about those kind of people. They have a problem. It's a sickness. And I know my father was sick. He was sick. And all those times that I told him that I was gonna come, and pick him up on the weekend. I'm reading y'all comments as I'm talking to, so that's why I'm looking down at my phone. But all those times that I had told my dad that I was gonna come and get him and everything, and when I didn't go get him, every time I didn't go, I used to say to myself, my reason or my excuse for not going to get him, I'm gonna call it an excuse. My excuse for not going to get him was, what are we going to talk about? All he's going to want to do is drink all weekend. I'm not buying him no beer. I'm not buying him no alcohol. So those things would play in my mind, and as a result of those things, I never went and got him. I just never went and got him. My dad died in 2010. I didn't feel the pain either. I was 31. The Invisible Chef T says, you are a Libra like my husband. He is reserved. You Libras are very emotional. Y'all keep it inside. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay to feel sad. So did her ever meet your son? You mean, did my dad ever meet my son? Yes, my son and my dad, they knew each other. Remember, I was in my late 30s when he died. So I had my son when I was 19. So my son knew him. You can't force the connection that's not there. Don't beat yourself up. But how was I able to have a connection with his family? My cousins and my aunts and stuff like that. I never understood that. Like, why was that so easy for me? It's okay, boo. It really is a sickness. My dad suffered from the same thing. Yeah, it's sad. It's okay to talk about it. Believe it. You are probably helping people right now. Yeah. Probably. Maybe I am. I don't know. But if I am, that's beautiful. But yeah. Fathers are important. That's all I'm going to continue to say. And if you are a father out there watching this video right now, please, please, please take heed to what I'm talking about in this video and be that figure, that male role model that your child needs in their life. if you have a child out there that you don't have a connection with, connect with them. You take the first steps because you are the adult. You're the elder. And sometimes we as children, we don't know how to take that step that we need to build that connection and that bond. Because it was broken from so long ago. And you may be rejected at first. You may be rejected the second time. You may be rejected the third time. That child may continuously reject you. But don't give up. Don't give up. Create that bond. You never know what could happen or how great that relationship could really be, how much of a friendship you could really have with your child, whether it's a boy child or a girl child. Talk to them. Tell them what's going on with you or what went on with you, why you were absent or just not as present as they expected you to be. Do it for your child and for yourself. Create that closure and that bond. Fathers are important. I think that as mothers, we automatically have that, what is it called? I can't think of the word right now. Just that motherly, that connection, because we carry the child for, motherly instinct. That's a word I was thinking about too, but not that one. It's not that. We automatically have that because we carry the child in our womb for 9 months. You know, fathers, they have to bond from the outside, so it's a little harder. But once that child comes out into the world, you have to create that connection and keep it. So I'm going to get out of here. This live definitely went on longer than I expected. And maybe Tamika, I don't know. That might be true. Maybe here for the tea. What you guys are saying, it might be true that I longed for it so much that the disdain for him was underlying, emotionally or physically abusing. Good fathers are important if you're mentally, emotionally, or physically abusing your kids. It isn't important. That's a fact. Maybe the drugs is what kept y'all. Yeah, maybe. That might be true. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here once again. This was a good live. I want to thank you all for watching. Every time I take my glasses off, I feel like I'm kind of blind when I look at this phone at these words. But when I put them back on, it's like I can see clearly now. The rain is falling. I want to thank you all for watching. Those of you that was here with me from the beginning to the end, I appreciate you. Those of you that was here with me from the middle to the end, I appreciate you. And even those of you that were here from the tail end until now, I appreciate you. And no matter where you came in on this video, I appreciate you because you took the time out of your day and your busy schedule to spend it with me. So, with that being said, everybody in the chat, drop some palm trees real quick before we get out of here. Some bells and all that, and then we gonna get up out of here. Palm trees and bells for me. And we're gonna get out of here, but with that being said, everybody, peace. Deuces. See y'all later. Okay, how do I end this live? Right here. Let's go. Bye, guys.